very beginning, let me salute every soul who has mastered the toughest battle, the battle against themselves. Miyamoto Musashi, Japan's greatest samurai, once said, "There are many ways to the top of the mountain, but not a single one without discipline." In a world full of opportunities, distractions, temptations, and shortcuts, the truth remains the same, even today in America. To rise in business, in sports, in art, or in personal life, the one weapon you cannot ignore is inner self-discipline, and no story illustrates this truth more vividly than John Wick. Think about it. Wick is not just a hitman. He is a man who mastered himself long before he mastered the art of combat. His calmness under pressure, his relentless practice, his rituals before battle, these are echoes of Musashi's principles. When John digs out his weapons from the basement, it is not rage that fuels him, but preparation. When he sharpens his focus before walking into a room filled with enemies, it is not chaos that controls him, but inner clarity. Musashi taught 3 pillars of discipline: practice, mental preparation, and honor. John Wick embodies all 3, and his journey becomes our lens to understand them. The second rule: basics, mastered 1,000 times. Musashi wrote, "By knowing one thing well, you know 1,000 things." In Wick's world, this is survival. He doesn't chase flashy tricks. He perfects fundamentals: footwork, awareness, aim, precision. Whether he's in a crowded nightclub in New York or fighting through the glass corridors of the Continental, the same basics save his life. In our lives too, the same principle applies. If you're building a business, master customer trust. If you're chasing fitness, master consistency over style. If you're studying, master focus before speed. John Wick is proof that greatness doesn't come from shortcuts, but from wearing out the basics until they are unbreakable. Then comes ritual. Musashi taught that before practice, the samurai bows to his teacher, to his sword, to the space where he trains. Why? Because ritual turns pressure into meditation. John Wick does this too. Before battle, he prepares his suit, loads his weapons, tightens his tie. These small rituals are not vanity. They are transformation. They tell his mind, "I am ready." For us, it may be as simple as taking a deep breath before work, saying a quiet thank you before a challenge, or organizing our desk before we write. Rituals anchor the mind, turning stress into focus. Now we arrive at mental preparation. Musashi insisted on 3 qualities: clarity, calmness, and courage. Without these, practice is hollow. Look at Wick. When cornered by dozens of assassins, he never shows panic. His clarity allows him to see exits where others see traps. His calmness slows down chaos. His courage lets him walk into impossible odds. We too must embrace difficulty. A samurai general once burned his own bed so he could learn to sleep on stone floors, to purge fear of discomfort. John Wick too sleeps little, eats little, and carries the weight of grief on his shoulders. But he transforms pain into preparation. Pain is not punishment, it is training. Musashi's 5th rule was endure with dignity. The samurai under siege ate straw and froze in the snow without complaint. John Wick too is broken, bloodied, hunted by everyone. Yet never once does he whine. He fights with dignity, because endurance without dignity is just suffering. Endurance with dignity is discipline. For us, the takeaway is this: face your toughest exam, your hardest job, your loneliest night, not with complaints, but with quiet strength. The 6th rule: accept everything. A true warrior doesn't run from his mistakes. Wick accepts his fate, his past, his choices. He doesn't deny them. He carries them like scars, and they give him power. Musashi taught that only when you accept your flaws can you rise above them. For us, that means looking at our failures honestly, owning them, and learning instead of escaping. And then comes the final pillar: honor. Musashi said, "Let the body fall, but never let your honor fall." John Wick lives by this code. When no one is watching, when betrayal surrounds him, when death is certain, he still honors his word, honors his love, honors his own code. Honor is the invisible line that separates a disciplined life from a wasted one. In the American world of shortcuts, easy fame, and constant distraction, honor becomes our rarest weapon.